At Bushnell Golf, helping players know exactly how far is their prime mission. Rickie Fowler counts on Bushnell. He depends upon their laser technology for distances to the flag, over bunkers, to carry water. Knowing how far is crucial to managing his game and scoring well. And Rickie is not alone. Over 90% of PGA Tour players also rely on Bushnell. That's right, 90%. So if the best players in the world trust their games to Bushnell, shouldn't you? Please join us as Rickie Fowler gives us important pointers on managing your game. We take a close look at the art of mapping and look at the many options for the right Bushnell rangefinder for your game. You're very close to finding how far to lower your scores. Hi, I'm Stephanie Sparks alongside Rickie Fowler, who is already very hard at work. And Rickie, what do you have going there? Specifically, what do you have there?
I have the new Bushnell Pro 1M slope. It's pretty cool, actually. They got the new vivid red display technology on the inside, so you're actually able to pick out the target almost easier in here. It like lights up while you're shooting yardages.
How long have you been using this in your career?
Well, the new one I've actually just been using for the last few weeks, but Bushnell I've been using since I basically played high school golf. High school, in our matches, to playing college golf when they gave us the ability to use yardage measuring devices in competition. So I was able to shoot quick yardages when we're out playing tournaments in college, and then now basically using them for practice rounds and making sure we're ready to play the course.
Well, we have a par 5 here, so what are you looking at on the tee shot here?
For the most part, it's pretty straight away. There's just a bunker on the left side of the fairway. It's 285 to the left side of it, and it gets to be about 320 to the right side. So I know as long as I keep it right of center, I shouldn't be able to get to the bunker, and it gives me a little bit of room right of that. So I'm going to try and take it to the right edge of it and go from there.
All right, let's see it. That'll do it. So Rickie, course management obviously is key, especially on second shots on par 5s. What are you looking at here?
Well, right here, have an opportunity to go for par 5 and 2. It's one where if you get it on the putting surface, you're able to make an easy 4, if not have a look at 3. And for the most part, there's a bunker there that I would like to carry, which is 244 to the front edge of the green, and the pin's on 10, so it's 254 to the hole. We got a little bit downwind out of the right, so for me, it'd be just I'd have to hit a hybrid really good right now, which is a perfect club.
Okay, that's it. Good swing. All right, let's talk hypothetically here. Obviously, this green is fairly exposed. Mm-hmm. Let's say it's surrounded by water, little different conditions, the wind's in your face, and you need to lay up. Where does the Bushnell come in handy with that for your third?
Well, like you said, if the wind's back into our face, it's not a green that you'd be able to get to very easily. With it being almost 250 to the front, into the wind, it would take a really big 3-wood. So, talk about the layup. There's a bunker here on the right. I would probably try and get past it because that's the widest part of the fairway. So I want to take enough club into the wind where I can carry that bunker and give myself a wedge in from there. We'll see if we can get it right up there where we want it.
Right down the middle.
A tournament that I just kind of recently played, the Honda, kind of right here in my backyard, is a course where you need to know some exact numbers and really it comes into play on certain holes where there's, depending on your angle, carries can be a little bit different. 2 holes that really stand out are 15 and 17, 2 par 3s, part of the bear trap. Not the easiest of par 3. There's a lot of water involved. There's a few bunkers, and knowing the front cover to make sure you get over the water is definitely key. And depending on what tee we play and the wind, depends on what club you hit. So I know Joe, my caddy, was out there making sure we had the right numbers there to make sure we stayed dry on those holes. And throughout the week, we ended up playing them pretty well and helped me get a top 10 finish.
Rickie, 100 yards and in is where you guys make your money, and you're in that situation right now, and it looks like you have a new device in your hands.
I do. This is the new Bushnell Tour Z6. Still has the vivid display technology with the infrared red light in there for looking down the scope, but Also, what's pretty cool about this is that it gets down to the 10th of a yard. So if you weren't precise enough already, grab this and you'll zero in your wedge yardages.
All right, well, let's see what you can do here. Not bad. Do you know how laser rangefinders work? Well, when you use the device, there's an optical system that you look through to target the object. There's another lens that is sending out multiple pulses of light bouncing off of that target and back to you through the receiver diode. The laser rangefinder basically calculates the amount of time it takes for those pulses of light to travel back and forth. Bushnell introduced this technology to golfers in 1995, and the innovation trail began. In 2001, the units became much more compact and vertically configured. At the same time our ruling bodies made them allowable for play, pin seeker and slope technology were introduced. In 2011, the hybrid was launched, integrating laser rangefinder technology with GPS. And then this year, Bushnell introduced the Pro 1M, Tour Z6, and Vivid display technology. It's an impressive timeline that will continue on. Well, Rickie, your rookie year on the tour was back in 2010. I'm sure it was an exciting time, but with it came some challenges, and one of those is seeing the courses for the very first time. How did Bushnell help you with that process?
Well, going out Mondays and Tuesdays, since I wasn't in the Wednesday Pro-Am, that was my time to learn the courses, and there was only one or two that I'd actually seen before. So going out, I had to figure out where I wanted to hit it off the tee, find out, which bunkers I could get to, which ones I could carry, and basically go through, shoot some yardages with the Bushnell and check them off in the yardage book and make sure they were either right or, change them if they weren't. So Bushnell definitely helped us through our first season learning some courses.
Being a past player and coach and being around the game since I was 9 years old, I know about how important distances are. So it's very important to make sure that you're getting the distances right. Pros are pretty particular. They want their yardages as exact as you can get them. You can't be 5 or 10 yards off, or not going to keep your job for very long. Usually on Mondays, we get out and walk the course. We have pretty good yardage books. They do a very good job with the ones that they provide for us. But we go out there and check all our own yardages, checking in sprinkler heads, check covers on bunkers, distance to bunkers, distance covering water hazards. When I say covers, that's distance over a water hazard or a bunker, any corners that you're trying to cut. Yeah, one of the courses that we play, Quail Hollow, there's a lot of elevation change there. So the slope feature comes into play. You're not just guessing on how far downhill it is or how far uphill it is. You're getting an exact number. Yeah, that first year, I had never been to any of the golf courses. So that first year, Mondays, I was spending 3 or 4 hours on the golf course, making sure I had all my numbers. Our first tournament out here, back in 2009 at TPC Summerlin for the Vegas tournament, in the practice round, I had Rickie go up to the green, the 16th hole is a carryover water, and shot him at the cover. And the cover was actually, it was one of the older yardage books, and it happened to be 7 yards off. So it was a good thing we had the Bushnell for the tournament and played the right number. For my profession, yardage books, it's the most important thing I carry at every tournament. Well, I guess the clubs would be, he's got to hit some shots. But other than that, the most important thing that I have and the most important piece of information for me is the yardage book. And in there, I use the Bushnell to check all those numbers to make sure that I've got all the numbers that I need to give Rickie the yardages that he's going to want.
Well, Rickie, a very solid third. You're in good shape for birdie. Now, we've talked already a lot about course management and how the Bushnell has helped you with that, but for the amateurs out there, how can it help you in regards to practice and really getting and honing in on your distances?
Well, not only on the course where you're able to see how far you hit the ball or checking yardages, but the best way is to go to the range, you're able to shoot the pins with your Bushnell and see how far those are. and then you're able to hit the shots. I feel like that's the best way to try and hit your numbers. You can move back and forth on the tee to get perfect numbers and try and get to where you know exactly how far each club goes. That way, you know, in those conditions, you're hitting a sand wedge 105 yards. Then you go to the course, you have 105 yards, you know it's a perfect sand wedge. Or if you have 100, you just know it's a little bit off of that. So I think it definitely helps to narrow things down and free you up while you're on the course because you know exactly how far you hit each club.
Well, do you know how far you hit this?
6 inches under the ground.
Let's see if you can make this one. Nice spot.
Thanks. What are you doing?
I am just getting the yards to the 19th hole.
How far we got?
120. Can you handle it?
Yeah, I deserve an Arnold Palmer after that birdie.
All right, it's on me.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Appreciated it.
Nice ending in a birdie, so go enjoy lunch.
Always makes it taste better.